Hey, what's poppin', y'all? Just got done watching the 49er Cowboy game. 49ers beat the Cowboys 20-13, and I'm glad we won the game, but it's preseason. Granted, it is the third preseason game, which is kind of like your dress rehearsal. And but preseason games, they don't really mean much. You're only just pretty much evaluating, who's new on your team and how far the team has progressed as a whole. And I'm more proud of the fact that that the 49ers really didn't have any serious injuries that game. Dre Bly looked like he was shaking up for a little bit, but all that was cramps. And Michael Lewis actually ended up with a mild concussion, but I think he'll be okay. So for the most part, we walked away from the game healthy, and that was more the main concern for me other than winning the game. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about the game stat-wise. Basically, some things I didn't like. Sean Hill, again, nothing spectacular. 9 for 17, 79 yards. And so far this preseason, Sean Hill hasn't really looked, really spectacular or anything like that. But a lot of Niner fans like myself know this a lot since he's been with the team. Sean Hill really hasn't been a guy that goes to practice and does really well, or even in preseason games. He just seems to step up his game when the games matters, and that's in the regular season. So I would have liked to see more from Sean Hill to give me and other Niner fans a little more confidence going into the season. But I guess we'll just have to take a wait-and-see approach to see what happens. But nothing spectacular from Sean Hill. The one other thing I didn't like was I thought there were times where our special teams coverage kind of had some brain farts. They gave up a 23-yard punt return to Patrick Creighton, a 43-yard return to Terrence Newman. And on kickoffs, they let Stanback do a 30-yard kickoff return, and they let Ogletree. And no, that is no, he's not Michael Crabtree's cousin, because they got the trees at the end or whatever. But Ogletree had a 35-yard kickoff return, so it looked like there were some lapses on the 49er special teams coverage. So hopefully that won't happen too much more down the road. For us. Some things I did like about the game. Running game, we didn't run all over the Cowboys like we did the Raiders, but I thought it was still a little bit effective. I think we averaged like maybe 4 yards a carry. Glenn Coffey, 8 carries, 34 yards. Frank Gore had 5 for 19. Corey Sheets, 11 carries, 42 yards. Nothing eye-popping, except he did have 2 touchdowns, including the game-winning 9-yard touchdown run with 33 seconds left. So basically, at least so far, I think our running game is going to be pretty sick this year. And now I think it's all and hopefully with the running game going, that will hopefully open things up for Sean Hill or any other quarterback that's going to be playing. So that was good to see. Other than that, Arnaz Battle really has been stepping up this preseason. 4 catches for 54 yards. Thought he had a couple key catches. Same with Michael Spurlock, and that's a good thing. Especially since Michael Crabtree hasn't signed yet. This is giving guys that are fighting for playing time, that's giving them a chance to shine. And guys like Battle and Spurlock, they stepped up a little bit today when it mattered. And I'm really liking our wide receiver core. We're pretty deep at wide receiver. It'll be good to get Michael Crabtree in eventually, and I'm pretty sure he'll sign eventually. But and it's not like, you know, I'm pretty sure we missed some of his abilities or whatever, but because we're so deep at wide receiver, with or without Crabtree, I think our wide receivers are gonna be pretty decent. Maybe not on the levels of like Anquan Bolden, Larry Fitzgerald. I'm not saying that, but I think the receiving corps, they'll just make plays when they have to, and I think that's going to be, very important for us because we don't want to rely on the running game all that much, which is going to be the basis of our offense. But we also want to get some receptions in as time goes on or whatever. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it. We look good in some areas. We looked, okay in some areas, and there's still some areas we need to work on, like, that special teams coverage, and hopefully Sean Hill can, hopefully step it up, by the time the season comes around, and so we'll see. Oh yeah, one more thing I did like, Ball State rookie quarterback Nate Davis. Wow. When we drafted him in the 5th round, I thought that was a very good pick for the 49ers because I watched him a little bit when he played at Ball State, and dude's got an arm. And I like some of the stuff that I saw when he was at Ball State, and I think he's still probably, actually, no, he is a work in progress. He's still learning some things. So maybe next season or the season after that, he might be ready to be a regular starter. But that remains to be seen because, it's only like his 2nd, 3rd game. So there's a lot of football left in him to be played. But, against the Cowboys, he did look pretty efficient. 10 completions, 15 attempts, 132 yards. So he looked like he had some good zip on his passes, and he played smart for the most part. He wasn't like a deer in the headlights, anything like that. So, good job, Nate Davis. I thought he did a pretty solid job. Okay, that's pretty much all I got. I'm going to get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of my weekend. Hope you guys having a good weekend as well. And guess I'll talk to y'all next time. Late.